Hey everyone, just out here in the garden. I thought I'd come down here and check. I've got to do some checking every now and then because we had some knotweed, and well, it was like 3 years ago now we had some knotweed, and I think, well, we're on year 3 and we've not had any of it back, so I'm pretty confident that it's not coming back. Anyway, you know, it's just a little patch of land like here. I want to build something on, like a summer house or like a decking area or something. But in this area, while I'm here, in this area, my granddad, when he was alive, he used to come down and he'd sneak down here and get away from my nan, and I'd always catch him down here eating blackberries, and he'd say, I'm just gonna go and pick some blackberries and I'm gonna make a pie with it or something. But he'd come down here and he'd have a minute away from my nan and he'd eat some blackberries. Hang on, which I'm going to do right now, guys. I'm going to eat some of my own blackberries. Where are they? It's a little bit overgrown, like all blackberry bushes should be. They are lovely. Anyway, so while I was down here, I was just thinking about some of the things that seem to have been glossed over in the last, since these riots broke out, basically. And we discovered in the UK that we have a dictatorship. So a lot of the people during these riots that I spoke to, certainly, they were complaining about this, because what we had, sorry, let me just get under here in this little swing. Because what we had really quickly, we had a series of events in the United Kingdom. Oh, hang on. We had a series of events in the United Kingdom which were just absolutely insane. First of all, we had, in fact, you know what, I can't even remember the chronological order. I think we had I think it was the Hare Hill riots in Leeds, where there was a community and something happened with social services. There was a child taken away. The whole community came around. There was riots, you know, there was cars set on fire. Then we had the incident in Manchester Airport, and then the subsequent riots because of that. And then we had just absolutely tragically, and I think this is the first time I've been able to say it, the murder of those 3 little girls. You know, we've got girls ourselves around that age, and they listen to Taylor Swift, and it's something that we would have, you know, if there was a Taylor Swift dance club and they'd have seen it, they would have wanted to go. And I think that's one of the reasons this resonated with so many people, is because it wasn't in a big town, it wasn't in a big city, it wasn't one of these part and parcel things that Sadiq Khan talks about. This could have been any town in any part of the United Kingdom. And then we had Keir Starmer come out saying that he's gonna, you know, they're gonna give all these tax cuts. Now, we're not stupid, although a lot of people think that, you know, the common folk are stupid. Nothing's hidden anymore. If you watch this channel, you know I say all the time, nothing's hidden anymore. So all these geopolitical moves and all these global tensions, the outcome's not hidden. It's all there. You just need to know where to look. Now, if you are looking in those areas, you'll see. So people saw this and they saw, right, okay, we're getting our taxes cut, yet we can find I think it's something like 6 billion a year we're paying now for hotels, food, accommodation, you know, for these, I don't want to call the people that are coming over in the boats migrants, because they're certainly not. You know, for the people that are coming over on the boats, the boat people, because, you know, a migrant would be something that that's terrible saying there's something. A migrant would be someone who came up, who applies for a visa, they go through the proper chains, they pay the correct fees, they come over and they assimilate into society. Now, the people coming on the boats, they're not migrants, and they're certainly not refugees, because refugees would stop in the next safe country. So, you know, there needs to be a new classification. I think this is kind of one of those technical issues where you see people saying refugees welcome. I personally think refugees should be welcome. I also think that, you know, we should have an open door, not an open door policy, but I think we should have a good migration policy where if people want to come to the United Kingdom, absolutely fine as far as I'm concerned. Doesn't matter your skin color, your race, your creed, your background, your religion. You know, if you pass whatever checks have got in place, as long as they're, you know, robust and it's not just, yeah, come on the boat and you'll be fine. You know, as long as it's, you know, there's checks in place that everybody understands and are clear and are policed. And if you don't come according to those sets of legislation, unfortunately, you don't get to stay. Anyway, what I saw is a lot of, and people seem to have glossed over this, and it's still there. You know, people, hang on, I've just got a message from one of my Texas friends. It's gone. Right, okay, if it's anything important, guys, I'll do a video update later. But a lot of old people were at these riots, and the protests, and then they did get turned into riots. But there was a lot of old people at these protests, right? And this is what drives normal people, crackers, because they see these old people, like, at these protests, and then they see the media saying far-right protesters. And you're looking at nanans and, like, granddads, and these have been, and this has gone, nobody, you know, everybody's focusing on the, you know, the buildings being burnt out, and it's just, it's wild, it's disgusting, and I don't know why it happened. But people are kind of not paying any attention to what the old people are saying, and they're saying, listen, you know, we have paid taxes our whole life. We've paid into this system our whole life, and now we're having money taken away from us. And there was the lady who's been sentenced, I think it was a lady, somebody's been sentenced for 20 months for saying, you know, things on Facebook about where she wants her money going, or where he wants his money going. Now, obviously, I'm not going to repeat that, and I certainly don't agree with that sentiment, and I don't want to get sent to the gulag for Facebook posts. But that's kind of the situation in the United Kingdom at the moment. We're getting sent to, you know, people are getting sent to prison for, you know, and I can see why they're doing this. They want draconian measures, and, you know, in the back of my mind, I think there's going to be some early release for these people, and, you know, I think it's a show of force, you know, to thwart this in the future. But nothing gets thwarted like this. All this does is makes people more angry, and when people get more angry, this is when you get radicalization. And I'm sure there's got to be people in government that understand how radicalization works. I'm sure there's people, because, you know, we've had our, you know, it's happened, we understand this process, you know, in the United Kingdom at government level. But what I think we've got ministers and people that just shouldn't be there. They're not, you know, they shouldn't be there. Anyway, guys, hang on, let me get up, because I've just realised that it's a bit boring if I'm just sat in my little swing. Well, my little girl's swing. So yeah, we have that situation in the UK at the moment where we've got old people genuinely worried now and concerned about, they've been paying into their system all their life, and they're now having cuts and cuts and cuts, and they're seeing, you know, these boat people. And again, you know, you can argue this until you're blue in the face. It doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what the government think, it matters what the people think who have paid their taxes all their life. And somebody put a comment on this on one of the threads on a video I did. I just don't want to get in the sun, guys, because it ruins the camera. Yeah, somebody did a comment on one of the threads I did yesterday, and they said the police are shooting themselves in the foot or something, because when they come to retire, they're going to realise that their police pension, they're getting less than people who've never paid into this pension. And you know what? I can see that. My granddad, the other granddad on the other side, he's worked all his life. He's always paid into a pension, you know, and at the end, he's retired now. I think he's 82. You know, he's had a good innings. And his next door neighbour has never worked. He gets, you know, I think he gets, like, with his social benefits and housing and everything, they worked it out. I think he's like £17 better off or something. I know it's not much money, but the reality is, one person's worked all their life and they're getting X, and somebody's never worked and they've claimed off the system all their life and they're getting Y, and Y is greater than X. And this is the reality, guys, okay? And I had a look at the pensions, and I was thinking about the pensions. The pension scheme the pension system in the United Kingdom only works if there's more people paying into it than are taking out at the top. Now, what you have at the moment, and I think these pension systems are going to collapse at some point, guys, I really do. Obviously, this is not financial advice. I'm not qualified to give you financial advice. But what I think we're going to see happen is, because people are living longer and less people are paying into these pensions, you know, what we're going to start to see a collapse of these, because a lot of these pensions are given to investment bankers, and these investment bankers have to make a profit, and they have to invest in the right places to make that profit to pay out. Now, as well as paying the pensions out, they have to then pay the bankers, because, you know, bankers need their money, guys. Those bankers need their money. So what happens is people make more and more risky bets to try and cover the potential losses that they've made and the downfall of the money coming in. So if you're getting less and less money coming in, you need to make more and more money going out. So you need to take riskier bets. I think at some point we could see a total collapse in the pension system, and everybody that's paid into the pension, it could, guys, and this is not financial advice, this is just me speculating and looking at the numbers, all right? There's not enough people to keep this system going. There's not enough people paying tax because people are living longer. People's life expectancy is a lot longer now than it was, 10, 20, 30 years ago. And when these pension systems were created, they created them with with an outline that people would live a certain length of time. And obviously, people are living longer than that now, unless people are paying into that system. So guys, that is it. I just thought I'd give you my thoughts on that, about the, about how older people, pensioners, how they feel, because nobody's really talking about this. Everybody's fixated on, far right hooliganism, and, and a lot of these pensioners don't even have Facebook or social media accounts. So, they don't really voice their opinion, but that's the reality, and that's what I understand from, that's from talking to people. That's not from going around on the internet. That's not from whatever online sources. That's not a poll. That's I can't provide any information on that, although I will try and get some for you. But that's what people are genuinely frustrated about, and I've not heard anyone addressing this problem. I've not heard any politicians coming out there and saying, hey, you know what, guys, yeah, we totally understand. You guys have paid into this system all of your life. We got you. It's just not happening. And these guys are, these older people, these pensioners, they're really disgruntled, and they're really upset, and they're really angry. And people listen to their grandparents. People listen to their parents. They do. So when, the grandparents are angry, when the nanans are angry, that filters down to the whole family. So, keep nanans happy, everybody's happy. Guys, that is it. Let me know what you think. I don't know, I don't know if you guys think the same, but it's just something that I feel the media are totally missing and nobody's talking about. Anyway, guys, I'm going to mag to grid because we're having a barbecue tonight, and if you want to see that barbecue we're having tonight, we've got a new barbecue. We're going to be doing that on our other channel. It's like one of those tower barbecues. I think we're going to have ribeye. I think we're going to have sweet corn, and see what else we can get in there. It's like a double layered barbecue. Slightly off topic, but yeah, if you want to see that double layered barbecue video, guys, we're going to be doing barbecuing tonight. Barbecuing with Raven. Anyway, guys, I will speak to you soon. I'm going to mag to grid.